Is there going to be an intro on this, though? That's a good question. I didn't even think about that. Or is it just going to be this? Hey everybody, I'm Evan.
I'm Grayson.
And welcome back to our series here on YouTube where we are going through our top 3 games for every letter of the alphabet. Well, you know what? We ran out of letters.
Yeah.
So, let's start with a little bit of history. Over 3 years ago, we had been doing Favorite Game Friday for about a year.
Yeah, it was nice.
And we kind of decided we wanted to do something that would, help us get better in front of the camera.
Yep.
Did we?
I mean, I think so, yeah.
I think so, too. I think if you watch some of the earlier episodes of this series, they're a little more rough than they are now.
Yeah.
So we were looking for something to do kind of long term that would have a beginning and an end. So not like something we would do once or twice, but something that we could do over a period of time.
That was a very long period of time.
It was. I didn't think it was going to take this long, but hey, whatever. So I know the Dice Tower podcast had done their top 10 games for every letter of the alphabet. That's kind of where I stole this from. But I didn't think we could do 10 games for every letter, but 3 sounded more reasonable. So yeah. That's what we did. And now, we're here at the very end. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back through the letters of the alphabet, every single one of them.
But not us.
But yes, correct. We're not going to do it. What I did is I asked 29 of our friends that we've kind of made along the way during this journey. I asked them to pick a game for every letter of the alphabet. So here are all of the submissions I got for every single letter of the alphabet. But before I roll that, I would also like to mention that there is a contest. You can look down below for a link to enter that contest, or you can stay till the end where we'll give you some more details about that. So without further ado, here are all of the letters of the alphabet one more time.
What's up, y'all? Okay, my choice for an A game, I was assigned A because I'm A Brothers Murph, not both the Brothers Murph, but I'm going to choose Abyss, which is really, really outstanding. This game is so much fun. This is a game where you are underwater creatures. So you can see, it's all very underwatery and stuff. And you have this wonderful art. You're these underwater lords, essentially. And what you're doing is you are trying to get influence over these lords and influence within, the council. It's a very, weird political game in terms of, that's what you're doing. You're, politicking in this weird underwater world. And you are doing this through trying to gain favor with a bunch of these factions. You're doing that through cards. You're going to be drafting out these cards, and you're going to basically, when you're the active player, you're going to put a card out, and then you basically have to offer it to everyone else. So and there's the different factions are there's a squid faction, a crab faction, that kind of stuff. So if you put out a number 2 squid, you could be like, do you want this squid? Do you want this squid? Do you want this squid? And then basically you can also choose to take the squid. But if no one does it, then you bring out a second card. And then again, you have to offer it around the table. And so eventually someone or you will take the cards. You get to take all the cards that are there. And that is then going to give you influence with those different factions, which is going to allow you to then turn in those influence points to get these lords. And these lords are going to have special abilities, but they're also going to have points on them. The production value is really, really great. It's got this really outstanding, beautiful, beautiful art. It's just so, so cool. You can also get these cool locations that give you points. It's really, really fun. And I absolutely love it. That is Abyss, my choice for A. Let's do it.
Minasan konnichiwa, welcome to the Friends We Made Along the Way portion of the countdown to A to Z. It took them 3 years, but they did finally make it. I'm Eric from the Board Game Dojo, a YouTube and podcast devoted to bringing you coverage of Asian games and telling you whether they are worth importing or playing, or whether you can just leave them in Asia where they are. I'm so happy to be a part of the Friends We Made Along the Way countdown from A to Z, and we have been told that we have the letter B, and that the more obscure game and hidden gem game, the better. And hey, that's what our channel specializes in, so I'm so excited to be here to bring you our choice for the letter B, Brass Birmingham. An economic... Hold on. Just give me 1 second. Okay. I have been told that it's actually the #1 game on Board Game Geek right now, so it might not actually be obscure. So just give me a second here. All right. I think I fixed myself. Our choice for one of our favorite games with the letter B is actually Bug Council of Backyardia, a trick-taking game from Japanese publisher Endgrow Games that puts a sweet little twist on trick-taking. Bug Council of Backyardia is a combination of trick-taking and Mancala, as you are not only going to be bidding and winning tricks, but you are also going to be sometimes losing on purpose so that you can manipulate the Mancalas at the top of the board to determine which faction of bugs is the strongest. Oh man, I did not think this combination of mechanisms would ever work, but we have not been able to stop playing the game. In fact, the back of our box, as we have traveled with it from multiple countries, is super beat up. But I guess that's actually a pretty good sign for a type of game that I didn't even expect to like in the first place. But hey, if trick-taking is not up your alley, I would also recommend the game Banana. That's right, it's a double feature, another Japanese game, this one being more of a lighter fare where you are going to be manipulating the banana markets, but it's very light and really good for families. And so we think that between the two of these games, the trick-taking Mancala combination of Bug Council of Backyardia and the just bananas hand management game of Banana, these are a combination of good games that start with B from Japan. Well, thank you so much again for having us as part of this countdown. Arigatou gozaimashita. Tanoshinde kudasai. Have fun with the rest of the countdown.
Hey, my name is Matthew McCack from Room 51, and I'm up to the letter C, my favorite letter of the alphabet. I'm just kidding. I don't actually have a favorite letter, but for the letter C, my favorite board game is Caverna, the Cave Farmers. I had to go with this one because it is in my top 3 board games of all time, so I couldn't just not. I wanted to go with something quirky, but I didn't. We'll give an honorable mention to Cockroach Poker. Caverna is a worker placement style game. It is like a sandbox-like Euro style game, which is really cool. You don't find a whole lot of those, I don't think. This is designed by Uwe Rosenberg, one of my favorite board game designers of all time. And yeah, so you are playing as a dwarven family trying to spread out your cavern and create rooms and everything, but then you're also filling out your farm. Maybe you're gaining animals, maybe you're growing crops, and all sorts of things. And you don't necessarily have to stick to one path. You could divvy it up among different things as you go through the game. You do have to worry about hunger, but it's not a huge deal. It's pretty easy to feed your dwarves and your family. So that's really good. And then you can become warriors in the game and just go and find and explore things as you go along. But essentially, yeah, it's a worker placement game where you're trying to gain resources, spend them to do things, make things, which is a lot of fun for me, I find. And it's just a point salad-y type of game, and that's really how you win the game, is by having the most points by the end of the game. But even when I lose, I just feel like, yeah, but look at what I made. This is so cool. I got to live out my little, dream of just farming or making my taverns, getting donkeys. I don't know. Letter C for me is Caverna, the Cave Farmers by Uwe Rosenberg. And a huge thank you to Evan and Grayson for letting me even do this. So thank you so much.
Hey everybody, Clay here from the YouTube channel Beer City Board Games, and I am very excited that Evan and Grayson have asked me to join them on this celebration video. Top 3 games for each letter of the alphabet is quite an undertaking, so congrats on making it all the way through. I was asked to talk about my favorite game that starts with the letter D, which is a tough letter, not because I couldn't think of any, but because I have so many games that I love that start with the letter D. But I wanted to stick with the spirit of their channel, and so I decided on a game that's maybe a little bit more obscure, and one that was actually recommended to me by Evan, and that is Demon Worker. Now, this is a game that originally came out in 2016 from Japanime Games and was later re-implemented as Hell Village in 2018. A Demon Worker is a worker placement game where players are rulers of the underworld. You're going to start off with just a couple of human minions who can't really do much, but as you recruit more and more monsters and demons to your side, your worker placement actions get better and better. You'll use those workers to gather up resources, which you'll spend to fulfill evil plans for evil points. I love how bizarre the theme is in this, and even though the game plays very fast, you still get a pretty good sense of progression as you become more and more efficient with each new demon worker you gain. So that's my D game recommendation, Demon Worker. Thanks to Evan and Grayson for asking me to be a part of this video, and again, congratulations on making it all the way through the alphabet. I can't wait to see what the next series is.
Hey everybody, it is Ryan from Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews. Today I'm going to tell you about my favorite game that starts with the letter E, and that is going to be Escape the Curse of the Temple. This gives me very strong Indiana Jones vibes. Basically, you have stolen some precious artifacts from this temple, and the temple is fighting back, trying to keep you there until you return all the goods. This is a full cooperative dice chucking game where you are playing in real time, trying to roll dice as fast as humanly possible in order to escape. And sometimes the dice will get locked up. You'll have to have other people come to where your location is and have to free up your dice so that you can keep on moving, keep on dropping off gems. That's the whole point. You're trying to drop off your gems so that you can kind of get to the exit more easily and eventually escape the game. This is a very tough game as a cooperative game. However, you can make it even more tough by adding in expansions. The more expansions you add, the more complicated, the more convoluted it gets, but also the tougher and more enjoyable once you're used to it. All right, you guys, that is my pick for the letter E, Escape the Curse of the Temple. Have a good one.
All right, so I'm going to say a game with the letter F, and this one surprised me. This is Fallout Shelter. This game is way better than it should be, and I love playing it. A super great intro worker placement game where you're building up your little shelter and fighting off different bugs and things that come into your shelter and building all these different rooms and upgrading, getting food and energy and being able to get out and get upgrades. Definitely an awesome game that gives you the vibe of the mobile app. I like this better than the mobile app, and that is Fallout Shelter.
Hey everyone, I'm Nick.
I'm back.
And we're MV Board Gaming, joining the eVanDiesel team with Grayson and Evan. We've been following their series of A to Z, and they asked us to join for the letter G. G. So, what do you think, Vic?
The first game that I think of with G has got to be Ganymede.
Ganymede.
Yeah, Ganymede is our pick for G.
G, yes. So, Ganymede, what do you like about Ganymede, Vic?
Well, it's a space theme, so that's cool. The art looks really neat. It's something different. It's got colorful meeples. It's got an interesting puzzle-like mechanism. The whole game is a puzzle. You're trying to move these meeples over from the Earth to the Moon to the
That's correct.
Yes.
Earth, is that Mars? And then Ganymede?
Yes, that's it. So you have the shuttle going on, but you really want to line up either getting different colored people to one shuttle, meeples, or all the same color. So it's really neat how you have that on your board, and you really try to play off bonuses on cards. It's got so much going on.
Yep, it's a game by Sorry We're French, which has quite a few good titles. Ganymede is a game you can get pretty affordably, generally in the $20 range, even maybe less sometimes on miniature market. It goes on sale quite a bit. It has an expansion. You don't even need it. The expansion's fine. If you like it, get it. But you don't really need it. It's a great game, base game too. So
Yeah, we just love it.
thanks for having us.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey everyone, it's Christopher from Board Again Games, and this is my cat Gary, and I'm here with H Games. Thanks to Evan and Grayson for including me in this list. But my H game is Hadrian's Wall. Hadrian's Wall is a flip and write where you're getting to do lots of cool things, and there's lots of combinations that happen later in this game. You get stone, you get workers, and you're protecting your city or village during the Roman era from outside invaders. And the combinations just get better and better, and you are always going to try to make your score better and better in this game. I play it solo a lot. I play it on Board Game Arena too and in person, but I really, really like this game from Bobby Hill. Plus, it helps that I got to meet the designer. Hadrian's Wall from Renegade and Garfield Games is my H game. Thanks for including me, and happy gaming.
Hi, this is Ambi from Board Game Blitz, and I'm here to talk about the letter I. There's actually a lot of games that start with the letter I, but I only have 10 in my collection, which is actually quite a lot. But my choice for the letter I is Igloo Pop. Igloo Pop is an interesting children's game, I guess, but I've only played it with adults, like most children's games. Well, now I play more children's games with children, but this game, you're trying to guess how many things are in an igloo by hearing it. So there's igloos with little like beads in them with numbers on the bottom, and you shake it and try to guess how many beads are in it, the igloo. It's a very unique game because not many games use sound as like a mechanism, but basically there's these cards with numbers on them, and then you pick up an igloo one at a time and shake it, and then put a betting chip on it and bet that it's going to be on that card. So you get different points depending on the range of the cards. Some cards only have one number on it, some of them have 3. So if you're guessing that it's exactly 10, you'll get more points if you're right than if you're guessing that it's in the range 10 through 12. So yeah, Igloo Pop is a very unique game, and that's why it's in my collection and my favorite game that starts with the letter I.
Hello, this is Bill Webb, aka Billy Indiana. In this video, I want to help Grayson and Evan celebrate the completion of their A to Z top 3 video, and I have the letter J. I want to talk about this game Jiraku by Moieties Game Design. So let's take a quick look at Jiraku on Board Game Geek's website. It's a 2015 release, rated 7.2 overall. 3 to 4 players, best at 4, although the deluxe version that I have also has a 2-player variant, which I enjoy. 30 to 60 minute playing time, ages 12 and up, weight of 2.16. The designer is Iori Tsukinami, artist is Katie Welch and Nariko, and it is, as I said, published by Moieties Game Design, and it's ranked overall 2073, and as a strategy game 1014. Down here in the description, just wanted to read this one line. Jiraku is an ancient Japanese word commonly used for the Edo period, which means going to Kyoto. So here, as we take a quick look at the setup, we see this beautiful board in the deluxe version, which is a tremendous upgrade over the earlier versions. It's got a nice score track around the edge. It's got nice wooden pieces. We got samurai. Some of them are holding swords and some of them are holding guns. We've got our daimyo on horses here. And in the game, you are marching your samurai and your daimyo from this end on the right to the left and reaching Kyoto, just as the word Jiraku means. And in every era, there are 3 eras. You are doing an area majority competition. But every section in this March to Kyoto has a different scoring pattern for each of the 3 eras in the game. And so to do this, moving and placing your samurai and daimyo, you're going to be playing these cards in a trick-taking fashion. So it's a really unique combination of trick-taking and area majority that I enjoy very much. It's not quite as good as Ben Casey, MD, but it'll have to do for the letter J.
Hi, I'm Jen Cam from Jen Cam Plays Board Games on Twitch and on YouTube. And I am so excited to be joining so many other people today talking about our favorite games, covering the whole alphabet. When I was asked to cover the letter K, the first thing that came to my mind was a game that I hadn't actually played yet, but was sitting in its shipping box right next to me because it just arrived and I was so excited. And that game is Tainted Grail Kings of Ruin. Okay, so why am I so excited if I've barely played it? First, I love a good story. I love narrative-driven campaign stories. I just want to live and experience. Okay, maybe I don't want to live in this world. This sounds pretty terrifying, but I want to experience the world that has been created in my own way and have that chance to explore. Throw in the fact that it's Arthurian legend just makes it even that much more appealing to me. This is so far up my alley. I could not even consider a different K game to talk about. Oh, and the minis. So I think that's just about it for me. I'm actually gonna go play Kings of Ruin. Bye-bye.
Hello everyone, my name's Oliver East from Don't Be Bored, and I am super grateful to have been invited to be part of this special list. My letter is the letter L, and it's pretty fitting as it's not exactly an obscure game, but my favourite game of all time is Love Letter. And, well, while I would definitely recommend pretty much everyone getting the sort of updated 2019 version of Love Letter, which comes in this nice little bag, well, I've got a few other versions, such as this in Japanese only language version, which has like the original artwork. I've even got the Batman version. There's Star Wars, there are many different versions. Love Letter is a fantastic small card game where on a turn you have one card, you draw a second one from the deck and you use one of them. You get loads of cool little moments because the cards let you maybe guess what someone else's card is, and if you get it correct, they're eliminated. I normally hate elimination, but well, actually, when it comes to this, the rounds are so short, so quick, and it also means in the next round, you knocked me out last time, I'm going to be trying to guess your card more than anyone else's. And they're all simple stuff like guess someone's number, compare your two cards, and whoever's got the lowest is out. Maybe it's just see what their card is, swap hands with the other person. It's an absolutely cracking little game. But anyway, that is Love Letter. Double L for the letter L. What more can you want? Like I say, great, absolutely fantastic little game. It goes absolutely everywhere with me because it's so portable. Now, on to the next letter.
Hey, wonderful humans. Anthony here from the Tabletop Express. Excited to be celebrating with Evan and Grayson on the finale of their huge A to Z alphabet board game challenge, and what a ride it has been. I've been tasked with talking about one of my favorite games that begins with the letter M, and today I'm talking about Mountain Goats. Mountain Goats plays from 2 to 4 players. It is from BoardGameTables.com, who is now known as AllPlay. They make a ton of these great games in these small square boxes. Mountain Goats is basically a King of the Mountain style game where there are many mountains to climb. On your turn, you're going to be rolling 4 dice and making any combination of those 4 dice that you like, using that added up value to move your goat up that respective mountain. Now, when you get to the very top of one of these mountains, you'll score that many points, the value equal to the top of the mountain. However, if on a future turn you roll that combination again, you're going to get those points again. And this is going to keep happening until another player's goat gets up to the top of that mountain and knocks you back down to the bottom. So that's Mountain Goats. It has a great table presence, very easy to teach and set up, and it plays in about 20 minutes. I love these types of simple dice rolling games, and if you've ever played games like Can't Stop, this has a very similar feel to it in trying to get as far as you can. Highly recommend it. Thanks again to Evan and Grayson for including me in this board game alphabet challenge. Best of luck to y'all, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Hi, I'm Barb Meeple, PhD, and I'm an astronomer, so my favorite endgame has to be Newton, right? This is a game where you are selecting actions by playing a card out into your workbench, and then you get to take that action based on how many symbols you have of that type that you just played. You get to move your students up on these invention tracks, do some work to earn money, travel around Europe in order to visit different universities and sites, place books into your bookshelf, learn some new lessons, which gives you more cards in your hand. And at certain points during the game, you're going to be able to play out these master cards, which are different scientists that you can play that give you different actions and points at the end of the game. Is it a themeless Euro, essentially? Yes. Does it combine a bunch of the things that I love in a game, especially super tight turns where you have to think really hard through your turn, but try not to be a jerk about AP? Yes. That is why Newton is my favorite endgame.
Hey folks, when it comes to board games that start with the letter O, the list is short. Funny enough, one of my favorite board games is Orleans, or Orleans if you're from the States. But that's number 31 on BGG, so let's talk about a game that's more obscure. And this game is Order of the Gilded Compass. It's a reprint of a 2009 game called Alia Iacta Est, which in Latin translates to The Die is Cast. And that's appropriate because Alia Iacta Est and The Order of the Gilded Compass are both dice assignment games. It plays 2 to 5 players in about 30 to 60 minutes. In Order of the Gilded Compass, you are a treasure hunter seeking an invitation to join an archaeological secret society. To do this, you have to collect the world's greatest artifacts. You assign your dice and use different locations, such as bidding on unique discoveries at the auction house, getting treasure maps to find your own, diving for sunken treasure, and more. Each location has something it's looking for, like dice that make a straight or dice that are all the same. Turn by turn, players roll the dice and add any amount of them to one location. At the end of the round, players earn different things from each location on how well they did at that location. Best performance means first pick at each spot. The player with the most treasures at the end is the winner. This game is very replayable with a variable setup. It's a fun time if you like dice, but sometimes luck doesn't favor me. But if you're the lucky type and you're into assigning dice, then you might be the newest member of the Order of the Gilded Compass.
And for P, I am in the beautiful Punta Cana to talk about Pandemic. Pandemic is a cooperative game where you have to go around the world fighting diseases and finding a cure. What you're doing is you're going around collecting 5 cards, 5, count them 5, cards for every color for diseases. You find 4 disease cures, you turn them in at research stations, and you've won the game. Now, you lose the game if you run out of time or if there's too many outbreaks. So if you have to put a 4th cube in any of the cities, then an outbreak occurs and you're one step closer to losing the game. So you win the game by finding the cure for all 4 diseases before time runs out. Because if you run out of cards, you lose the game. But that is Pandemic. It is an awesome cooperative game in which you can play with your friends and loved ones.
Hi everybody, I'm Starla.
I'm Mick.
And we are
Our Fan Plays Games. Yeah! Boom boom! Yes!
Thank you so much, Evan and Grayson, for inviting us to be part of your show.
Yes! We're excited!
Yes. And we have the distinction of talking about a game that starts with the letter Q.
Q! Yes!
So one of our favorite games that start with the letter Q is Quacks of Quedlinburg.
Blow up stuff! We're gonna blow up some cauldrons. Yes, I'm so excited.
It actually has 2 Q's in it, Quacks and Quedlinburg.
Yes, two. So you get 2 for the price of 1.
2 for the price of 1.
Yes.
Now, in Quacks of Quedlinburg, you are charlatans, or what they call quack doctors.
Really?
And you are making your own secret potion with all kinds of ingredients. And some of those ingredients will blow your cauldron up.
Yes, those cherry bombs are not good at all.
Not at all.
And it's really a push your luck game. Go into a bag.
Your bag building.
Your bag building. You're pulling out, tokens or ingredients from your bag. And if you keep on going into that bag, you might blow up some stuff. Or you might get some great ingredients to keep going.
Fill out your cauldron.
Yeah, fill out your cauldron.
You want to fill it
making
up.
points, getting rubies, hey, it's fun, but if you get more than 7 of those evil cherry bombs,
you explode.
Boom! You're out.
Yes.
Yes.
And this game is so fun. I love the player boards that has this cauldron.
Yes.
And the ingredients you put in, they kind of swirl around in a circle. And
like you're stirring.
Like you're stirring it. And you got to keep adding ingredients and try to get to as far as you can in that cauldron to get the most points.
Yes.
So you can buy more ingredients or you can get advantages like get more rubies.
Yes.
So you want to add ingredients, not the bad ingredients.
No.
You want to add these other wonderful, colorful ingredients.
Yes.
But Quacks of Quedlinburg is fun for the entire family.
Yes, it is. It is a great family game.
You cannot play this game and not have a laugh.
Yes.
You're going to laugh.
All the
You're
time.
going to have a good time. It's going to make you smile.
Yes.
And it is just fun for the whole family.
It's fun. It is a great game. So, Evan and Grayson, thank you so much for inviting us to talk about Quacks. Yes.
Take care, guys.
Bye-bye.
Hello, I'm Matthew. Congratulations on finishing such a long series. That shows dedication and spirit, grit, and the will of the warrior. Talking of the will of the warrior, I have the letter R. That made sense. We have Ra, great game. Ra the dice game, also a good game. Rondo, amazing game, got remade by Sunrise Lane. I prefer Rondo and its abstract beauty. But I have chosen Rumble Nation. Rumble Nation is a fantastic game of having the most cubes to get points. Sounds fun. But you think, well, that sounds, and you'd be right. But in this game, what you're doing is putting cubes in areas, and you want to put the cubes in the higher rated areas because you get more points for those. So you think, what's the point of putting my cubes in the lower areas? Why would I waste my cube time? Well, I tell you why, because if you win those lower areas, you get to push out reinforcements into all the adjacent areas, meaning you're more likely to win those adjacent areas. So really, it's a battle over having the most points in, having the most cubes in Region 11 to get loads of points, but you want to win Region 1 and 2 and 3 so that you can really just destroy everyone out of nowhere. This is a remarkably good, simple, fun game that I just think everyone should try. Got a reprint, which was very expensive, I thought, but if you get your hands on the original copy of Rumble Nation, man, it's really, really good. So that's my pick, Rumble Nation. On to the next letter.
Hi, I'm Josh from the YouTube channel Josh Yaks, and there are a lot of great S games out there, but the one that I've chosen to represent the letter S is Steam Torpedo First Contact. This is a two-player only game of steampunk submarine combat, where players each have an asymmetrical submarine that's made up of 10 different compartment tiles, which are unique to their own submarine. On their turn, a player needs to activate their submarine crew members and run around to their compartments. They might go to an engine compartment and maneuver their submarine figure into an advantageous position to attack their opponent, and then other crew members that are in weapons rooms can then fire weapons against your opponent with the goal of destroying your opponent's submarine compartment by compartment until it is totally sunk. Now you can add the mini expansion called To Your Positions to the game so that you can have crew members that have special abilities, and you can add the other little mini expansion called R&D if you want to have a whole bunch of different submarine compartment tiles that each have their own unique ability on them, so that prior to starting the game, players can have a little draft where they take turns picking compartment tiles. They can build their own unique submarine and bring it into combat to see how it performs. This is a highly tactical game with no luck whatsoever, and it is so much fun that I just don't understand why I never hear anybody talking about Steam Torpedo. Cheers.
Hi, I'm Julian, this is Libby, and together we make up Box Meeples. Well, congratulations, Evan and Grayson, on finishing your alphabet journey.
Yeah, we were thinking about what tea games we enjoy, and I can't really think of many. I don't think we own many tea games. No. If we had to pick one, I think we'd probably go Tapestry.
Yeah, Tapestry's fantastic. I love seeing our little towns build out with all the miniatures going on there, going up those tracks. And we've got quite a lot of expansions. There's a lot of depth in that game.
Yeah, nice variety.
Hey, I'm Jordan with Jordan Plays Blue, and I am supposed to tell you my favorite game that begins with the letter U. According to Board Game Geek, I don't have many games or any games in my permanent collection that begin with the letter U. And I had very few games even rated with the letter U, but I was able to find one. I won't say it's in my permanent collection because this is a game that I rotate through versions of a lot. And this is Unlock. Unlock. This is the box that we are working through. Each one has 3 different scenarios. We take an evening, go through a scenario, and we pretty much always have at least one set of Unlock games in the house at any given time. When we finish, we give it off to some friends and they can play it too. But this one is the Timeless Adventures, and each adventure takes maybe an hour, and these are kind of the quintessential escape room mystery game in a box. Of all of the companies, I think Unlock is definitely the highest level of them in quality and creativity, and I love them. I've played Exit Games, I've played the Detective series, I've done the Adventure Games series, I've done even different forms of Exit Games, and I still think Unlock is the one to beat. So if you haven't played an Unlock game, check it out. You can usually find them pretty cheap used because they're like one-shot games, and people move on from them pretty quick. Unlock, my favorite games that begin with the letter U. I'm Jordan. Thanks.
What's up, folks? I'm Dwayne from the YouTube channel Blackboard Gaming. First off, Evan and Grayson, congratulations on completing your task of going through your board games in alphabetical order and sharing with us what your favorite board games are for each letter. It looked like you guys had so much fun doing that. Now, you've entrusted me with the letter V. So I had to go with this big boy right here, Vindication. This game is set in a fantasy world, and you are scum who have washed up on this unknown island. And throughout the game, you are exploring the island, adding companions to your party, you're defeating monsters, you're discovering weird relics, and you're gaining character traits, all in an effort to regain your honor, redeem yourself, and become vindicated. Thus, the name of the game. This is a really, really fun game, and it had to be my pick. See you guys later.
Hey everyone, I'm Allison with Better Half Reviews, and I have the letter W, and so my favorite W board game would have to be War. Wonderland's War, that is. So in Wonderland's War, it has an Alice in Wonderland theme. You're trying to kind of like take over different parts of Wonderland, and you can pick different factions like Alice or the Red Queen or the Mad Hatter, and you're going around the Tea Party kind of gathering up your forces and powers and chips, and then the second half of the game you're trying to duke it out and take over different parts of the land. I love everything about this game. It has great table presence, it has fantastic components, and it's just, I don't know, it's just fun to play because it has like that strategy element, but a lot of push your luck with bag building. So you're putting chips in your bag, and you're like pulling them out and trying to like defeat people. And I don't know, it's just, I love everything about it. And even before I played the game, I knew I would love everything about it. And now that I have the game, I love everything about it. And it has cool minis that I've actually painted, which is a fun plus. That was my first time ever trying that out. But yeah, so Wonderland's War is my favorite W game. It just has so much to offer, and it's definitely worth checking out, especially the deluxe one for those awesome chips. Thanks for watching.
Hey, what's up? It's Undiscovered Games here with my favorite board game, starting with the letter X. I was really excited when Evan asked me to do the letter X because I have the perfect undiscovered game for that, and it's called Xi'an Terracotta Army. Now, this game is a worker placement, area control type of a game. It's actually kind of a mechanism salad Euro game. There's all sorts of mechanisms here, but really what you're trying to do is build the terracotta army on a shared board and then paint those warriors into your player color for points like area control, as well as some chaining bonuses for linking your color together. It uses multi-use cards, which is one of my favorite mechanisms. Everybody has an identical deck of cards, which you shuffle, and then you have to group those cards into sets of 2. And one of the 2 cards will be your turn order bid, and the other card will be used for its actions, such as collecting resources that you need to build the warriors, or pigments that you need to paint the warriors into your color, and things like that. It uses a very tight worker placement system. There's only 4 spots that you can send workers to, and they're very limited, but the game just looks amazing on the table. It has these awesome 3D miniatures, and it has some really thinky decisions while keeping the rules very, very simple. Definitely check out Xi'an if you're looking for a letter X game, a lesser known game that not many people know about, with great player interaction and an awesome table presence.
Greetings gamers, it's Jay from Cardboard East, where I play board games from Asia and share what I find with all of you. Today I'm going to talk to you about a game from the letter Y, and of course I'm going to talk about Yin Yang, which is one of my favorite games to ever come out of Taiwan. Yin Yang is known by many as the game with the giant metal turtle shell that you use to shake up metal coins. In Yin Yang, you are Taoist philosophers walking the land of ancient China, spreading the word of Taoism. And you do this by taking metal coins, putting them into your metal shell, shaking it up, and splaying it on the table. There'll be 2 different sides of each coin, black and white, and you'll arrange them in certain ways to program your movement of move, pick up, drop off, build, or move, river, walk, drop off, build. And you can do this over a series of rounds, spreading your version of Taoism across the land, and hopefully you will become the most impactful philosopher of the age. And it is unbelievably unique and amazing. You're never going to play another game like this. Heavy Cardboard did a whole playthrough of the game, so you can definitely check that out. Or you could also check out my top 20 video where I talk about why I think Yin Yang is one of the best games to ever out of Asia.
Hi, Grayson. Hi, Evan. Hi, everyone. My name is Dave Luza, and I'm going to talk about one of my favorite games that start with the letter Z. I was actually trying to find a copy of Zularedo. If you've never played Zularedo, it's awesome. It's like the big version of the card game Coloredo. And I used to play it a bunch. I had so many expansions for that game. But it left my collection because it was kind of, they came out with more and more and more and more. And then at some point, setting up the game was just too much. So now I'm going to show you a game where setting up the game is kind of a lot. And it was one of the first board games I kickstarted back in the day. And right now, I think most of you know what game with a Z. Come on. It has Z's. It has zombies. It is Zombicide. Zombicide is an awesome game where you are playing together with your friends, fragging, trying to do some assignments, open doors, and see if you can get better guns to do your assignments. Awesome game, and I highly recommend one version. Don't buy it all. That's just ridiculous. Don't fall into the trap of the green horde and the black thingies and they've got everything. There's so much going on. It is a fun game, but don't overdo it with Zombicide. Thanks for watching. My name is Dave Luza. Bye, everyone.
And there you have it. That's every single letter of the alphabet one final time.
Yep.
Yeah, so we had a great time over the past 3 years doing this. And I would like to thank every single one of you who watched a video, who liked a video, commented on a video, watched 2 seconds of it and turned it off. I appreciate every single one of you. And of course, I appreciate all of the contributors on this particular episode. It means a lot to me that all of you were helping me with this. Helping us with this, I should say. It hasn't just been me, Grayson's been here too.
Yep.
So,
the entire time.
Yeah, so that's about wrapping it up. About that contest. So, on our very first video, which is, of course, the letter A, one of my picks was Ancient Terrible Things. Well, I have an extra copy here of the new version of Ancient Terrible Things with the playmat and with the little promo pack. So follow the link below and it'll show you how to enter that.
Yep.
And one lucky winner will win this, and I will send it to you. And it's a fun game. So, is there anything else we needed to cover today?
I don't know. I mean, it was a great journey going through all of every single letter of the alphabet, and for everyone else to go through it one last time.
Yes, fantastic. I think we learned a little bit along the way.
Yeah.
And like I said, I do appreciate all the friends that we made along the way. So, yeah, I guess that wraps it up. And well, we will see you on the next thing. Bye, everybody.
Bye.